So this is another video of Mark Latham hitting it out of the park when it comes to the hypocrisy of the left. And I have absolutely nothing to add, so I'll get out of the way so you can listen to it. But first, I just want to give a brief shout out to fellow YouTuber SkepTorr, who's trying to organise a screening of The Red Pill in Tel Aviv, Israel. He started a fundraising campaign and needs to raise approximately 10,000 Israeli shekels or $2,600 to cover the cost of the screening license, costs associated with the venue, and having the movie subtitled in Hebrew. I'll leave the links to all the information, including SkepTorr's own video, in the description below. And now, here's Mark Latham.
The left warned us that if Donald Trump were elected president, people would be rude to immigrants and to women. And they were right, except that warning was actually a promise. You see, it's the left itself that's being rude. And the immigrant and the woman that they're mocking is Donald Trump's Slovenian-born wife. Here is model Gigi Hadid at the American Music Awards last Sunday doing her Melania Trump impression.
I love my husband, President Barack Obama, and our children, Sacha and Malia.
Add the Sydney Morning Herald's Jacqueline Maley to the hypocrites. Why are women actually nastier than men to other women? But here she is, belittling Melania Trump as either her husband's greatest victim or his worst enabler, and mocking her Barbie doll bust and mask-like features. Well, joining me for some straight talk is former Labor leader Mark Latham. Mark, wasn't the left's criticism of Trump that he rated women by their looks and treated them as bimbos or bitches? What's this then?
Well, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. They said after the election, women and migrants wouldn't be safe from ridicule and humiliation in the United States, and it's come to pass for Melania Trump. This just proves the point, Andrew, about left feminism. It's much more left-wing than it is feminist. It's not about the universal rights and opportunities for women. It only looks after some women, left-wing women who fit the narrative. So a woman associated with a right-wing politician, in this case Melania Trump, it's open season in this disgraceful column by Jacqueline Maley, where she's basically saying that Melania Trump possibly enables some of Donald Trump's attitudes to women, and goes on to write that Melania Trump is a woman with a desperate look in her eyes, madly trying to blink her way into communicating that she needs to escape this nightmare. And there's slur after slur after slur in this column attacking Melania Trump for no other reason she's associated with the right of politics through marriage.
It's just disgraceful.
And Maley goes on to ask the problem, all the problems of the world. Here's the big one for Jacqueline Maley. How do we solve a problem like Melania? What problem with Melania? Melania's been successful in everything she's tried and done in life. She had a successful career before meeting Donald Trump. She has been in a successful marriage. She gives the appearance, at least, of being a very devoted, loving mother to her son, Barron. She played a small but significant role in the recent election campaign, helping her husband to win and become President of the United States. And she set out a very commendable role for her activities as the First Lady-to-be. So what is the problem with Melania Trump other than her politics? Jacqueline Maley here is just off on a disgraceful exercise in denigrating another woman on political grounds with no substance. I mean, the funniest thing about the Maley column, Andrew, is that it starts with an allusion to our post-fact world and ends talking about our post-truth world. But there's not a skerrick of fact or truth in the column at all. It's all speculation, slur, innuendo. She's never met the Trumps. She'll never talk to the Trumps. She'll never go anywhere near the Trumps. Her sources of information basically are gossip and fashion magazines. But apparently for Maley, this is the world.
It's ridiculous.
The world of fact and truth. I mean, it's a complete hysterical delusion.
Well, the reason they talk about the post-truth world is that they're hoping they wake up and it's not true that Donald Trump is President of the United States. But he is. The thing is, Melania Trump, she speaks 5 languages, right? She's not an idiot. And yet she's being treated in this column and elsewhere as either a complete bimbo or some Lady Macbeth. There's nothing in the middle, you know. It's just there's a completely dehumanised characterisation of her. But listen, the anti-Trump hysteria in the media, Mark, is really, it's just amazing. I mean, I listened to a whole morning of it on the ABC. They just can't get over it. Fran Kelly, beside herself. But here's another example that you drew my attention to. I'd like your comment. The taxpayer-funded journalism professor, Brian McNair, writing for the taxpayer-funded Conversation website, and he's upset that some people are treating Donald Trump as a human being. He complains that this, and I'm quoting here, this descent into the normalisation of the hitherto unacceptable occasioned by Trump's democratically endowed seizure of political power is, note, very similar to the rise of Hitler and the Nazis in the 1930s Germany. Mark, is it... Has America really just elected its Adolf Hitler?
Well, you'd think journalism had enough trouble without Brian McNair being a professor of journalism at Queensland University Technology. This university is getting quite a name. It gave us the segregation of safe spaces. It gave the 18C students a hard time, and now they've got Brian McNair teaching journalism to the students within its lecture halls. Now, Brian McNair is basically saying to the world of journalism, look, you are terribly wrong about the Trump phenomenon. You're telling everyone that every second day his campaign had imploded. No way in the world this guy could ever be president of the United States. And now he's saying that journalists shouldn't be giving Trump a new respectability, even though he's been democratically elected as president of the United States. So the new benchmark, according to McNair, is journalists, having got it all wrong for the 18 months of the election season, now need to go out there and forecast that Trump will soon be rolling his Panzer divisions into British Columbia to the north and Tijuana to the south, because he's the new Adolf Hitler. So how much humiliation and embarrassment can the journalistic profession take? Having got it wrong for 18 months in the election season, they've now got to forecast war with Canada and Mexico, and if that's wrong, what do they do with Brian McNair? Just chuck him in the creek or something where he belongs? I mean, it's just abysmal.
It's so abysmal. Funny. It's interesting. You're absolutely right. Like, the biggest story in journalism this year, without a doubt, absolutely without a doubt, is how the media campaigned against Donald Trump and was smashed. He beat the media. That's the story. So I just wonder if any students of Brian McNair put in a thesis saying, look, the journalists have just got, they drank the Kool-Aid, it's not that bad. Will they get a pass, Mark? I just want to know.
I feel sorry for all the students at Queensland University Technology, given what happened on 18C. But McNair's actually saying to his undergraduates there, look, you're joining a profession looks like a pack of idiots after the American election.
Yes,
and now you need to portray Trump as the new Hitler, get him looking like that. And that's the way forward. That's the way to solve all our journalistic integrity and credibility problems. I mean, this bloke is just a lunatic.